So I don't know how this is gonna come out, but I am cooking my, there you go. I am cooking my, I guess one of my meals today. And I have these crepes and stuff like that. And I'm gonna move this stuff out of the way. My gloves. I still have like some of my clothes and stuff on there, but this actually should go in the bottom part. But that is what I'm doing right now. Let me just move this over here so it looks more over to where I am at. It's refusing. Hello, I am your master. Okay. There we go. How do we zoom in? I forget. Anyways, so I think that's fine. Alrighty, so I am making my meal. I have been, last video I talked about how I keep getting sick, and I got sick again this week. The first week of the year is 2023, and I'm sick again. I think it was because I went out without a scarf, and I'm from Florida, so I'm not used to the cold. So when I went out, I think that's the reason why. And when I got back, like my throat started to hurt a little bit, so I had like a sore throat. It felt very sore. But I've been eating garlic because I read that was good. And yesterday I had some and I started to feel much better. And then this morning I ate a raw garlic my first time. And I brushed my teeth afterwards, but I could still smell like the garlic. My breath is still garlic breath. So, you know, to make things even worse, I'm gonna go ahead and eat more garlic with my eggs right now. Right now I'm making my typical like protein packed meal, but actually normally I have it with either salad and it has like beets in it, or like I have it with like some sort of vegetable, but I'm actually switching it out for some crepes today, just to go with my meal. And I've been eating that literally every single day this year I should say. This year I've been literally eating the same thing. And I think I'll chug it down with lemonade and honey. I got this honey thing from the store, and I've been taking that because it also helps soothe things. So, and then I also bought this lovely citron press, very concentrated citron. I either do this or I actually have lemons. Like I purchase lemons that I will take and I will coupe deux. So I'll coupe it in half. So I have two pieces, and I'll have one half and then the other half like the next day. But today I'm gonna do this because I want a little bit more. And then I also sometimes add water too because it can be too strong. But the reason why I came on here was to talk about my language learning stuff since I have moved here to France, and how I feel about my journey of learning French, the language. And I'm just pulling out everything I think I might need. And so I would say that when I first got here, I felt very disappointed. I thought this is gonna be easy. Well, I never thought it was gonna be easy. I should preface that. I never thought it would be easy, but I definitely thought it would be more like I would want to speak French all the time. I wouldn't want to speak English. English is not going to be the thing that I will speak when I get to France. And I realized that that's not a thing. I still very much want to speak English, and that's fine because I love the language English. It's native language, not like, I don't like native language or anything like that. But I also realized, wow, my skin is gonna smell so garlicky. Good thing I have body spray, because I think even then it was gonna, because I brushed my teeth for longer today because I knew that I had eaten raw garlic. And after, I still feel like I didn't even brush my teeth. It was that strong of a scent in my mouth. But I was wearing a mask because I am sick again. Well, I've been wearing a mask because I didn't want to get sick. Now I'm sick again. I hate that. That's the one thing I hate. But anyways, I keep getting sick again and it's bugging me so much. Like, come on. Have some mercy. So, anyways, when I first got here, that's what I thought. I thought I would pick on it really quickly, like easy peasy. But once I let go of that scenario or that ideal, that ideal of me like being this perfect French speaker and whatnot and understanding everything. I'm only at a B1 level, which is like just above a novice level. So the idea that I was going to speak fluent French is a little crazy. Now granted, I've been studying French for many years. So the fact that I'm at a B novice level is, that's also kind of bad. But that's the whole point of me moving here, is for me to improve it and not just say that I spend many years studying it and not know the language, Where is the salt? Oh my days. Where did it go? Oh, it's right here. Maybe then it fell down. So, the whole point is for me to learn the language. Now, when I got here, there are some assistants here that know the language more. And when they would even speak with me, they would speak French. And honestly, I just wasn't interested in speaking French. If I could speak English with someone, I wanted to speak English because all around me is French, but I think they felt that it was like, why are you in France if you're not going to speak French all the time? And I'm like, that's great for you that you could do that, but I will learn in my natural way. I'm not going to stress myself because that's what it was happening. I felt anxiety all the time because they would speak it and I wouldn't understand everything that they were saying, and I didn't know how to respond faster because they were able to respond fast. I think that's more of it. Like, I understood what they were saying, but it was more of like, how do I respond fast? And I was so like focused on like having to respond in French fast, like I had to think about it and then I had to repeat it and then respond fast, and that was a problem. Like I didn't give myself time to adjust. I didn't give myself time to be able to possibly answer the question because I'm just now thinking about, I'm not doing fast enough and they're gonna think that I don't understand and go back to English and all that blah 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 stuff I was telling myself in my head. Meanwhile, they're going through the exact same thing and they're thinking about the exact same thing. They're like, I need to speak faster. So that's one thing I realized. Okay, it's a little crazy to put myself in that sort of headache of like trying to speak fast when we're all still learning, when the requirement is like a B1. So with that said, you shouldn't put too much pressure on that. And I have anxiety, so like I was definitely dealing with anxiety about speaking in French. Now, once I realized and I just kind of let go of that idea that I had to speak French, and it's kind of hard to do that here in the city that I'm in because it's a small city. So once you meet someone and you start to speak English with them, that's just it. They'll start to speak English with you. Now, I noticed my level of French has gone up when I went to Toulouse. I went to Toulouse during the Christmas holiday, and because I wasn't in the small town of Aurillac and people knew who I am, because, you know, I have a lot of students here and they know who I am, they know I speak English, and so then they, you know, they changed how they speak to me, and because I was like traveling to a new city and they didn't know who I was, I realized how much French I did pick up, and I realized how much I do know about French, and that I shouldn't be so concerned with my knowledge of French. I did it in a very natural way. Like I didn't when I was out and about in Toulouse, I spoke naturally. I had full-on conversation. There were, you know, one time it happened where, you know, they're like, oh, do you want me to speak in English? And, you know, and I said, no, parlez en français, you know, I'll get it. Just repeat it. And also I think it was really noisy. I couldn't even hear what she was saying, to be honest with you. And that often happens because I feel like French people talk very softly, and I'm like, I don't understand what you're saying. Can you speak louder like an American? Like, it's not, I don't understand, I should say, I can't hear you. That's what I should say. Because it's true, I can't hear you. I'm sorry, buddy, but can't hear you. But anyways, oh, I also have like yogurt with my meal, but I ran out of yogurt yesterday, so I'm gonna see if I can have some other type of fruit, something or other, maybe jam, strawberry jam or something. It's a fruit. It's a sugary fruit. It is a fruit, nevertheless. So, anyways, so when I went to Toulouse, I was able to utilize the French that I knew because no one knew me as the American who speaks English. And so that helped me a lot in terms of feeling confident in my French speaking abilities, and, you know, not being surrounded by people who know me as the girl who speaks English. And I realized that I've learned a lot in this past couple months, and I keep repeating myself, but I have learned a lot in this past couple of months about the French people, the French language, and I think that is the deal. Now, if I were to say like months ago, would I be happy and satisfied with the level of French that I know? And I would say yes, I'm happy and satisfied with the French level I know because I'm learning it at my pace. I'm not comparing it to the other assistants. I'm not comparing it to what I thought I would be at this level or whatever. I'm comparing it to where I am now, and I think as long as I'm learning, you know, I am happy. I'm satisfied with my level of French. And that's the one thing I want to say. Like, if you are planning on moving to France and you feel like you're going there specifically to learn the language and you're going to be the one that speaks French all the time, first of all, do not put that pressure on you. It's not necessary, because as long as you are living in France, you will pick up on the language no matter what. So there's no sense on making yourself feel stressed out about not learning it or not speaking it or getting stressed out for no reason. There's no reason for you to stress out. You will learn the language. It's just part of this human nature to learn the language. It's not like you're going to stand there and do that. Now, if you are surrounded by English people all the time, then there's a chance that you may learn it slower than others. But again, it does not mean that you will not learn the language. It really doesn't. It just means that you'll learn it at a different pace. Now, if you want to learn really fast French, one thing is, I don't know about people are like, oh, you only make French friends or whatever, blah, 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 and you only speak in French with them. I don't think that's necessarily the case. Honestly, I don't even think knowing someone who knows English and French is good. I think honestly how do I say this? Like, I don't think, oh yeah, just make friends with a French person and then you have to speak French with them. I don't think that's the answer. I think just living life as an English person in France, you'll start to pick up on things. And then the more you pick up, the more you feel confident, the more you build natural relationships with people that speak French, and I think that's the best way to do it, you know, naturally. Not forced, but I do understand some people are like, well, but, you know, I have to leave and, you know, you're worried about the time. But if you force yourself and you get anxiety and you do not give yourself the proper care. These are people who actually have like a diagnosis of anxiety, like myself. That's who I'm talking to. It's not going to help you to sort of force yourself to speak this language. It's just going to cause you more stress, and then you'll have a trauma behind that. You'll have a level of trauma of speaking French and and learning the language, and it won't be a beautiful thing. So I say learn at your own pace. Do not compare yourself to anyone else, because really there's no comparison. You're at the level that you're supposed to be at. You're at the level that you are supposed to be at. So next time you feel bad about your level of French, just remember this video, and just remember that everyone has their own pace of learning and retaining information, and your pace just happens to be different from my pace, and vice versa. I'm gonna put a little sprinkle of cheese on top. One thing I love about France is I'm able to eat cheese without like dying. In the United States, I was not able to eat cheese. I would have to always I would be able to eat it, but I would have to always have a lactose with it, so that my stomach wouldn't feel bad. But in France, I eat cheese and it's literally no problem. It tells you right there the level of our quality of food. So I made my little protein-packed something or other meal. I typically will have this, and then I typically have 2 meals a day. I don't really eat 3 meals a day. Sometimes I will, but I typically have 2 meals. And I always start out with like a protein-based meal, typically eggs. And yeah, but anyways, that's all I'm gonna say. That's it for today's video. And I am working on, right now I'm working on, I just posted the second part of the vlog, and now I'm working on the Christmas vlog that I had, even though it's a new year, but I'm still gonna post it. I'm hopefully to get that done soon. We'll see when though, but yeah. And then this will be like the video after that, so yeah, that's where I'm at. All right, bye.